Aloha, good morning, Hugh O'Reilly. This is June 2023, and this video is going to be the other side of the road from my written comments today in my e-letter. This is more when all the numbers count, and that's what really some investors are looking for. So I always think when people come to Maui, they sort of make a divide in the road. They're either here to buy something more long-term, a home, a residence, a condominium, where they're probably going to be here weeks, probably more like months, if not lots of months, and then community and other things. It's not about the numbers so much. Everybody wants great value and great location, but there's other more important factors that rise to the top that help to make the decision. This one is for the people that are being reasonable and realize if I get a couple weeks, maybe once, twice a year, that'd be great, but I want to own a piece of Maui. The numbers are critically important because you're going to utilize it and offset some vacation costs, which are real numbers, because anyone that's paid a nightly rate here knows they're high. But the real number is can the property start to carry itself on a cash-on-cash basis? And I probably 60% of my business is in that realm, where 40% is more in the communities of residential and the Masters where I live, that type of thing, where it's a different type of buy. And oftentimes the people that buy for the numbers, as they age, oftentimes then they'll make that transition. They'll either keep the investment property for income because they're happy with it, it's appreciated, or they sell that and move into something that's more residential. So what makes a great residence? What are three things that I would look for? First of all, the property in itself. It's really important, and it's even more important today because we do have some shoreline issues I've talked about many times, but there's some new properties, the Honua Kais, the Whalers, the Alihi. Those are three that we really represent in our company. We're one of the top in the field, and those properties, you do pay a premium, but they return it in the income. So getting the right property. Then when you drill down a little bit, the property manager is really important. What's their fee structure? Again, I think that's where we sort of set ourselves apart, because we don't nickel and dime our owners. Other than a professional having to come on site, we cover almost everything. And you won't see these small fees for service charge for that and service charge for that. So we treat you like a business partner. You make the investment in the property, and our job is to optimize the income and the management and the care of your property in exchange for our fee. And so we can go in more detail about that. Other things is age of property. Most of the properties here are running that 35, 45 years of age. So like your car, like us, we all need tune-ups, and some have done it. The Whalers has gone through a big retrofit. Kaanapali Shores has done it. Papakea has done it. They sort of at the 30-year mark, there's a bunch of work that really has to be done on the property, and it's expensive. It prevents people from renting because there's scaffolding and cranes and stuff that have to get in. So the good news about some of the older properties is that they've kind of gone through that, and so they're probably good for another 20, 30 years with just the minimal, sort of investments you would want to make in it. The other thing is, what's your need, what's your price point? We want to work with that. And so we want to make sure your tax structure, HOA fees, all those types of things balance. Even if you get a great income, but your fee structure is way too high, then maybe that's not the best property. Other times, I always help people balance that out. So the end of the day, the net, after you pay everything out, your taxes, your HOA or strata fees if you're Canadian, all those things, you net out with a positive cash flow, which most good properties will always do that on a cash-on-cash basis. It's a little tougher today with mortgage rates, pushing 5 to 7%. They may not carry that. But you will get the expense of deducting interest expense, so your accountants can speak to that. So it's a bit of a formula you want to put together, and we've matched that up with where you'd like to be, whether it's here or South Maui. Those are the two locations, west or south, that allow for short-term rental, and we can get you into the right property and fulfill your needs. So whichever turn in the road you want to take, I can definitely help you. Aloha.